Greetings and welcome back, carnivores, to Carnivore Confidential. I'm Dougie the Butcher. Last week I showed you how to take apart a tenderloin and denude it, to remove all the fat and sinew and silver skin and natural covering. That's, like I said before, that's what denuded means. But today I thought I'd show you exactly what to do with all those offcuts. I mean, I throw them in a bag and put them in the freezer and get them ready for my next ground beef operation or sausage operation. Or in the case of today, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to render it all off and make a beautiful velvety beef stock out of it for soup or stew. So come on back for that and stay hungry in the meantime. Today we're talking about offcuts. And if you recall, last week we did a whole beef tenderloin. The piece that I'm interested in the most is this one right here, which is called the chain. There's some really good meat available on here for soup or stew. And there's also all kinds of offcuts here that we've got pieces of lean beef for stew beef, for, as I said, for soup or stew. So, and the rest of this is all going to be going into a pot to get rendered down. And the part that I want to show you the most today is not necessarily the how, but the why. And the why is if you don't have a dog or a meat grinder, then this is really the only thing you can do with this stuff other than throw it away, and who wants to do that? Don't waste anything. All right, so I'm going to bring you back for a closer view of what I'm doing, so stay put. All right, let's get after this. I'm going to put the lean meat that I'm going to trim from this on a plate, and the rest of it is going in a big pot that's going to go into the oven to get rendered at 350 degrees for an hour. And then I'm going to, I know the pot looks dirty because I used it yesterday for the exact same thing, and I'm not going to clean it because I want all that good brown stuff in there to go along with it. So, without further ado, wrong pot. Fat and all goes in that pot, folks. Now, as I said, the piece I'm most interested in is this one right here. This is called the chain, or what we call the chain anyway. And it does have some nice meat on it, which I am going to remove. Along with all the fat. It also has a cord of gristle that runs down the center of it. I'm going to take out right now. Now, there is a little bit of fat and some sinew left on those bits there. But where this meat is going, or going to end up, for soup or stew, that is not going to make a difference. So, that being said, I'm going to render this off, and I'll bring you back for that later. All right, so this has just come out of the oven. I put it in there to roast that trim off. along with the fat bits and the sinew and everything else. I'm going to add some water to this pot now, and some carrots, onions, and celery, and make a nice beef stock for stew or soup down the road. Anyway, that's that for that, and I'll catch up with you in a minute. Alright, as you can see, I've added my mirepoix of carrots, onions, and celery, along with some bay leaves and some peppercorns. I've got this on high for now to bring it to a boil, then I'm going to put a lid on it and simmer it for most of the day. So that's it in a nutshell, folks. Pardon me. How to make beef stock out of your offcuts and trimming, and I've got a whole bag full of nice lean meat inside that I'm going to add to this soup/stew combination, whatever I decide it to be later down the road. Anyway, that's it for now. Alright folks, that's it for today. Just wanted to touch base with you again before I leave you to let you know that just to recap what we did. Last week we did the beef tenderloin. Remember, I denuded it, took all the fat and sinew off it. This week what I showed you is what to do with that. If you don't have a dog or a meat grinder, then the best thing to do with it is to render it off in the oven for an hour or so, and then bring it out and put it on top of the stove in a big pot like I have here. Cover it with water. Add some mirepoix of carrots, onions, and celery. I added peppercorns and bay leaves as well. And then bring that to a simmer and let it go pretty much all day. And what you're left with is this rich velvety stock. What you'll need to do then is strain it off to get the solids out, and refrigerate it to congeal and harden the fat on top. Skim that off the top, and what you're left with is a beautiful velvety beef stock that you can use for soup or stew. Anyway, that's it for this week, folks. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel, and hope you enjoyed my most recent video. I'll see you next Thursday at 6 o'clock for another upload, and in the meantime, stay hungry.